Now then, welcome back to another episode on the FTOG server, playing some more Avant 3. I have been in the end dimension for a very, very long time, and I have to say that I have not yet finished. My work is not yet done there, but I've kind of come to a point where I need to just take a break from building. I just need to stop for a bit. I'm actually... Well, I say take a break from building, but I've been gathering some stone from over here at the warehouse where I get it for free. I've been using lots of alabaster slabs. I've run a quarry a couple of times to gather plenty of more materials. And yeah, the materials are stocked up over here. I want to move everything over to the ship. I want to start not needing to come back over to the warehouse apart from for things that are only available in the warehouse. Yeah. And at the moment, the smooth stone is just available at the warehouse, and I've already used thousands of the stuff in various bits and pieces around the place. But what I want to do today is just show you a little bit of building wand. Is it builder's wand? This is a builder's wand. This might work. I might be able to do something with this. I need some of these magical wood. So let's start thinking about that. I don't have any bookshelves. Okay, bookshelves. Bookshelves. Do I have what it takes to make some bookshelves? Do I have some books? Yes, I do. Do I have the space? No, I don't. Need 1, 2. I've made 2. That's good. Alright, and then I need some gold, and I need to put that into my crafting grid. Come on. Because it doesn't work in this for some reason. This crafting recipe does not seem to want to work in here. See, that's not showing up right. But if I go to a crafting table and do it, it works perfectly fine to make magic wood. Yeah. So that's the thing. I need to get some more gold. I did have some more in that inventory, but I will see if I've got some more in here as well. Lots of things are being gathered up by my quarrying over here. So much raw materials that I haven't yet done anything with, and plenty that I have. I've got to set all that up again and all that kind of stuff. My ore processing needs to be sorted. My inventory is constantly a mess now, but I'm getting there. I'm having fun playing around with it all still. It's all still a work in progress. I'm enjoying, and I need one more goal. Oh, man. If I read the recipe before I actually started this episode, I may have actually been in some way, shape or form ready to make this. But I just decided I'll do it right now. Let's see. Builder's wand. Achievement get. Okay. We've been having a few problems with teleporters on the server just recently. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but let's see if I can get there. Teleportation starting. Here we go. And we appear on my little island anytime now. There we go. Hello, Mr. Enderman. How you doing? Get off my island. Thank you, and goodbye. I'm so thankful for this Enderman charm. This Enderman charm has done me proud, I tell you. Having the Enderman charm has been a charm. Yes. Alright, so, yeah, I've been using these matter transporters and all that for a while, and recently Torgal has told everybody to kind of swap them out. I don't know what the issue is. I'm sure the issue is not necessarily something to do with RF tools, because we've had these in the pack working for a long time now. But anyway, you don't want to hear about the problems. You want to hear about the cool stuff that I've been building, and check it out. This is some of the cool stuff I've been building. Now, my schematic will have run out because we had a little server crash a little while back. But look at this for a start. I'm quite pleased with the overall start. It's starting to take shape. The upper area, I still need to figure out a way of stopping the Enderman spawning on the top of the ship, because there's lots of spawnable platforms on the top here. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do that isn't going to break my frame rate by putting, I don't know, microblocks or something on. I'm going to have to do something to make the Enderman stop spawning. But I've been working on sort of levels and figuring out where things are going to go. And one of the reasons I put this builder's wand up is because this is the level that I want to create this stone here. is going to be the level I want to create for the ceiling of the ship. Now the ship still curves over another couple of block heights, well, half slabs and stairs and all that, similar to how it scrolls down here. Similar to this, it goes up just another couple, and I decided that this would be the ideal capping off point. So I thought I'd get a builder's wand and a ton of stone to start filling this in to give me a nice solid platform to work off. And it seems to be working fine. This builder's wand seems to be working just the same as it used to. It might not be the high-powered one that we've had before. I mean, the builder's wand in extra utilities was pretty awesome before. Now there's that couple of versions, but there's this one in particular which is awesome. And I just wanted to like pull it all through here. As you can see, I've lined up this portal thing nicely. It's lined up okay, and I've got two like entrances ready for those air ducts, not air ducts, air. Oh, what's it called? In spaceship terms, they have air seals. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. The things that you have in airlock. Oh man, I bet you're all shouting at the screen then. Airlock. I wonder how many of you put down in the comments airlock before I'd finished saying it. But that is, whoa, this is fairly quick actually. This is cool. So long as I've got an inventory full of stone, I'm good here. That's good. I want to use this as the upper ceiling area, so I'm going to put something on top of this whenever I've got a building inside it. But I just wanted to get the top section figured out. I wanted to make it so it was nice and simple to do. That's pretty epic. I like how this is working out. There we go. So now I can fill in some of these bits in here just to get rid, or maybe use it for wiring, because some of the areas will need a bit of wiring here and there. So having that would be good. Yeah, so I've got this to do, and then I also wanted to kind of bring the floor in a bit better. So underneath this bit, as you can see, I use the purple blocks to give me my overall colour scheme. I figured that was quite cool looking. I demolished the towers over there with my quarry. Mr. Enderman, leave my ship now. You are not invited. I do need to find a way of stopping them. But this section here, I'm thinking this is going to be slightly raised up. So this is going to be kind of the line here for the floor of the actual bridge. The floor of the bridge is going to be this height, I feel. This is probably good. And then I can put some half slabs on top of this to make the actual flooring of the bridge. That way I can come up and climb up into the windows and have a look out windows if I feel like it. That'd be a good thing. I'm planning on using a lot of these because these end rods are pretty cool looking. I don't know why I'm using smooth stone as a product that I want to use tons of. I could be using cobblestone and all sorts, but I kind of feel like the smooth stone idea is actually quite nice. So I've been setting myself up with smooth stone to do it, and kind of filling in these areas. How does this work? Oh, it does do full block size. That's good. That's good to know. That's awesome to know. Good. Then I can come along and do the underside here. The builder's wand is going to help me out a fairly large amount, I should think, because of things like that. And then I can also do things like this to fill out places that I've got Enderman spawning. I know the Enderman are going to spawn on the flat area above, but I don't really want them spawning down here in this section. But I do need this section, so I've got a few different issues to deal with while I'm building the place. But I do want to get some tech installed fairly quickly. Alrighty, so I'm actually working on something towards teleportation, Ender.io teleportation. But it's taken a long time to craft everything that I need. I'm going to do lots of things and lots of crafting. Hopefully that'll be slotted in at the end of today's episode, maybe tomorrow's episode or the next day's episode or something like that. But I'm working on that, and I realise that there's so much to be crafted and sorted, like the vials and things. There's so much that I need to do to make this happen. I need some vibrant alloys and all sorts of stuff that I've made tons of in the past, but I haven't been making very often. So I need to stockpile a little bit. And again, I don't really want to stockpile while I'm over here because, well, I'm over here and I want to move my operations over to the end. So I'm having to do things like this, slowly but surely, while I'm working on it. And just basically processing what I know of the teleporter pad. And I've found that my inventory management is very bad, as you know. But the telepad, here we go. This is a telepad linking card from Quantum Flux. That's different. That might be cheaper, actually. Ender Crystal, Hyper Diamond. Oh, I've not seen these in action. I'm going to do this, even though it's an expensive thing for a teleblock. I want to do it. So I've got travel anchors. I've got to make staffs of travelling. I've got to make fused quartz and lots of dark steel and some octadic capacitors. Lots of those in order to make, I think it's a 3x3 by 1. So it's 9 telepads per teleport, which is pretty expensive, really. But we've been speaking about the RF Tools telepads, and even though that's cheap and set up, people want to change because they're having problems with it. I don't know myself if it's fully that's the problem, or whether it's something to do with the mechanism cables. You know how we've got conduits from Ender IO. Well, some people have started using the mechanism cables around, and I believe that there was some sort of instance of a problem between the cables rendering after a teleport. So I don't know what's going on. It's not my responsibility or my job to figure it all out, so I am trying to work on things that I can work on. And one of the things that I can work on is trying to figure out how to do things like this. So we're going with this for a starter. Yeah, there we go. So I'm making one of those. Thank you. There we go. And I've got to do that quite a lot of times because each staff of travelling, I believe, is required to make one of these. Fused quartz. Have I got some fused quartz in there? I don't have the octaic. Let's get one of these. Have I got enough for that? Nope. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Can I have 2 of these? No, I need 2 basic capacitors first. Oh, my days. Okay. Let's make 4 of those. I don't have any redstone? You're joking. I got tons of redstone. I just haven't put any in my inventory for a while. This inventory management system is not going well for me. So, let's have a look at this string thing. Yeah, we can make 4 of those. And, oh wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong bag, aren't I? It's the handy bag I wanted. This ender alloy, which is this stuff. Let's make a couple of stacks of that. Or a couple of uses of that at least. And then this, we'll make a few of those. My magnet's actually better than the Ender IO magnet by the looks of it over here. And then we craft that up, which means that I can do that now, because I've just picked up a piece in the inventory. Throw the blaze chunk in there for whatever reason. And that. No, I need the ender chest. That's still the thing. I need the ender chest. Yeah, can I make one? Yes, I can. Awesome. Alright, so, ender bag. Or this handy bag thing. Right? Shift for description. A bag that opens when you open your regular inventory and have an enabled handy bag in your inventory. The first bag found, hotbar first, then top left mouse will be used. Sneak while opening the inventory to open the regular inventory instead. Okay, so in theory then, when I open my inventory, oh yeah, look, I've now got a handy bag inventory as well as my inventory here, which feels like it should be a good thing, because that gives me lots more things that I can hold in my inventory when I'm doing various building projects and the like. Let's turn these blazers off now. Okay, so now I have the handy bag in my inventory. I'm supposed to put these memory cards in. I have no idea how these memory cards work. So let's have a quick look. I know that other people have already started using. Let's go with, what's this? Can store items in stacks up to 2 bits. Item toggle private stuff things. How much is that? That's 10, 4 10 cards and some slime balls. 10 cards are ingots and ender alloy advanced, which is these things, Eyes of Ender and all that as well. Ender alloy advanced, okay. What about a 6? A 6 is simpler. Let's do a 6 for now and see what that looks like. Okay, let's get with that and make 1. Well, we actually make 2, don't we? So let's put those in here and see what happens when we put them in there. Okay, that's opened up this slot. And that has opened up another slot. No? Store items and stacks, toggle to make... So that's that in there. Why is that not doing anything in there? Can I... switch between the memory cards. So let's say I put all of this stuff that I've been making... all of my ender stuff for making my teleporter. And then switch inventories. That's cool, you see. That's helpful. That's very helpful. That's very useful indeed. But what else can we do? What else can I have? I can sort items in there. That's cool. Okay. So I can start doing different things with these in order to make the handy bag useful. What else can I use it for? Pickup mode disabled, restock mode disabled. Aha, so I can have it so that it gives me stuff back into my inventory when I need it. That's cool, okay. And if I shift, then it's not there. Okay, that's good. That's cool. That'll help me a lot in the excellent amount of crafting that I have to do. The only unfortunate thing is that I don't have access to those things in my inventory while I'm doing the crafting side of things over here. Which is a shame, but, well, you can't complain too much. Alrighty, so I've been doing lots of work off camera, and I've made 2 sets of these telepad blocks. They are very expensive. Let me tell you, this is an expensive recipe. Lots of these, lots of these, lots of these, and it takes 9 blocks per porter. But they do look cool. They do look cool, at least. That's the thing. They do look cool. So we've got that advantage to it. Now, to put them into practice, I'm still using these guys at the minute, but it's okay. This should take me directly to the space station, or the spaceship, should I say, which I've done a lot of fleshing out on. Still not really got to the detail side of things, but this is now my teleportation chamber. It's very bare bones at the minute, of course, you can tell. But I'm kind of going with almost a Star Trek type feel. You come into the teleporter room and you step up onto the teleporter and away you go. There's a receiver there for people coming this way, and there's this here for sending me out to the various dialed dimensions as I need to. It's a teleporter. It's a teleporter room, and I'm going to do something with things over this side. I've got kind of 3 entrance ways, a door there, a door there, and a door here. The door this side will join the corridor from the airlock, which has other access, and possibly another thing that you can click on to go to somewhere else around here. But yeah, I've decked it out quite a bit since the last clip. I've done quite a bit. There's this. I don't know what I'm going to do in here exactly yet, so I'm just laying the purple blocks. I'm just playing with purple blocks. Same around this side. I kind of just needed a wall around here just to know where the wall was. It's not going to stay that undetailed. Although that does look okay, I want to put more detail and things sticking out and doing things on the side. But for right now, it's just covering over the inside bit of this stuff going on. And I haven't brought down the ceilings yet. I haven't done ceilings and all that because I want to be able to get in and out and fly around and see the layout from above, and then I can tie it all in a bit later on. But for right now, this is the beginnings of the teleporter room. Good enough that I can record and show you how these things work. So this one here actually takes me back to the warehouse. Right? It's all set up with a warehouse. And what I've been doing, I think I'll set this one up to be another one. I didn't know if these coordinate selectors needed many different, so I made 3. They weren't that expensive. But they do give out these locations printouts, which is a really cool idea. Alright, so shift right click it. Shift right click to clear. No. Okay. Shift right click to clear. No. Escape. Does that it generated 2 more end things. I don't want those. I actually want this one here. Shift right click. Okay, so these are the coordinates of my arrival point. So this is Nemsun's spaceship. Yeah, I can put spaceship in there. Okay, and I've now received a printout saying Nemsun spaceship. Okay, that's good. I'll dump those 2 away. I don't really know what else I can do with this. I don't know if I can recycle them or do anything with them once I've used them. But still, that's where I want people to arrive. So that's now the coordinate selector done. And now we should go back to the warehouse. Ooh, boom, zip. It's quite fast. There's still a chunk loading thing as I get there, but it's pretty fast, and it brings me directly to here. This is the where I want to be able to do my processing and working stuff out. So that's why that teleporter brings me right here. But the other teleporter I want to fit in over there in the beautiful emptiness. Yeah, right there in spawn. Okay, so I've picked out a spot. This is the spawn hub. This is supposed to be delivering or teleporting to different bases around the place. I've shown this off a few times already. People have been putting their bases on, but most of them have got overworld bases, so they're using super crafting frames or super teleportation frames from super crafting frames to send them there. I need a slightly bigger section. I need a 3x3. This was another option. The mechanism, portal blocks, and I really like the way he's put the things over here. It's Toby, I believe. I really like the way he's done the chisel and bit stuff over the top of it to hide the ugly looking frame, and it really was the ugly looking frame that put me off. If it was just like the base block and the portal and then you could surround it by blocks of your own choice, that would be awesome, but it's just an ugly frame. So yeah, we're not doing that. So I've had to find a space that's a 3x3, and this is the only 3x3 space I could find that's available without dumping it into the middle of somewhere, like in the floor around here where people are going to be walking on this level, or up here on this level where people are going to be walking. I don't want to take the floor out to do it. That's no good. So I've got to use some bits over here. This floor over here will do just fine if I can get to it without problems. Here we go, yeah. So I'm going to place it into the floor here. And then it's my own little corner section, isn't it? Right? And I also want to take that block out there because I need to give it some power. So I've got this dimensional transceiver. It's currently configured. Let's make sure I configure it properly. So it's output on that side. It's pushing out on that side. That's good. Not really worried about the other sides as such. So let's make sure. It doesn't really matter. There's a side that had something on it. Let's just leave it like that. It's all just caked up there. So this pushes out here. Power-wise, we've got 2 different power sources that it can receive from. There's this one of mine, and this one, I don't know whose it is. I don't know whose it is. But I tested it out to see if it would receive from both, and it did, so that's okay. But my power source is now generating at the warehouse. At the moment, it's generating at the warehouse. So this should receive power from here. And it's currently saying that it is at 500,000 RF per tick. Or RF in there, and it uses 10 to maintain it per tick as well. So it's okay, because I've got a massive, great big solar panel on top of it over there. Well, then we just place these down in a multi-block structure, and bing, there it becomes that. It is receiving power. I can see that in the bottom right-hand corner. It's now up to 100,000 RF, which means that the powering works. Perfect. Next up, I need a button. I don't think I have a button. No, I don't have a button. So, do I have any planks? Do I have any wood, any planks, anything going on? Yeah, I got some planks here. That's a good thing. Okay. And also, yeah, just sorted out my diamond pickaxe because I just ran out. Just while I was doing something over at the spaceship, which I'll show you in a minute. Let's have a little wooden button just there. I guess that'll do for now. It will hide in here. I need to put a signpost in here as well to say where it's going, but I'll do that a bit later on as well. So this is now Nemsun's spaceship. This is what it says on it. So I right click on it and nothing happens. I shift right click on it and it sets the coordinates to be the spaceship. So let's give it a test run. Give it a click and whirly whirly whirly. Oh, say goodbye. And off we go. If I keep the chunks loaded, I don't know if it's going to make the transportation quicker or not. But keeping the chunks loaded may be a thing that I do a bit later on. Oh, I'm here. Yep, there I am, right there. Pointing right down as well. It actually shows me where I end up being. I wonder if I could select it so I'm facing this direction and make a pointer here. It doesn't say which direction I'm looking at on these things, which is kind of odd. But I know when I took the thing, I was facing down, wasn't I? I was looking this way and facing down. So maybe I can change that and mess around with it a bit later on. But there we go. We've got the teleporter back to the warehouse. We've got the teleportation receiver, which is known as Nemsun's end base. And the telepad in the spawn hub has a little button that brings me or anybody over to here. So I just want to make it so that they enter and look the right direction, I think. But what I've got powering this at the moment, I've set up a little area 3x3 here for a load of capacitor banks. Capacitor banks to fill this area so I've got plenty of power all the time, and just run some cables in underneath and behind the back here. So it's going to all the right places underneath here, which is exactly good and fully functioning. And up above, I've started adding in. You can't really tell from a distance, which is what I want. You can't really tell from the top here, but I've started adding in some solar panels. They only produce 8 RF per tick, but there's never not sunlight in the end. I don't know how it works. It's the sky. There is no sun, but solar panels seem to work constantly, like never stop. These ones in particular are very, very useful. Very, very useful indeed. But yeah, that's now as far as I've got. I need to do some more building. I need to do some more tidying up. I need to get the rest of the rough structure, like the general structure of it all in place, and demolish this section of the island as well. This section of island needs to go. Now I've kind of got this as a good basis for working out of. Yeah, I'm happy to continue. I just need to keep making some of these rooms inside and then connect them with corridors, and then half slab the area between the walls so that the area between the walls becomes this like place for cables to go. Cables to go and things to travel and mess around, like behind here, just a place for cables to go. It's all just a like kind of a facade inside I want to work on. But I do want to do some things in here that kind of resembles a teleporter room. Maybe there's a few other things that we can use and utilize for teleporters. Some storage maybe for all of these kind of printouts and the selectors and other bits and pieces that we're going to pick up for creating teleportation, and have everything towards traveling distances and teleportation in here. I may even set up one of those staffs, so that when you come in here, you can come and grab a staff off the wall and then end a staff dimension jump to travel anchors around the ship to make it easier travel, and then put it back when you leave, and off you go back over on this one. I have enjoyed doing this, but it has been a very, very long-winded operation. Those are extremely expensive for what they do. Extremely expensive. The RF Tools ones are cheap in comparison. The cost power-wise isn't very much. I'm going to be powering it off solar energy, so it's going to be easily sorted out anyway. I will have bigger engines and stuff in my spaceship with bigger power supply and stuff in the future, but for right now, these are just the occasional teleportation backwards and forwards. Just need to top it up with a bit of RF per tick. Overall, though, thank you very, very much for watching another episode on the Avant 3 server, the FTOG server, playing some more Avant 3. I will see you in the next episode fairly soon, hopefully. I just need to get some more building done. See you later.